ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं चित्तदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादवाग्निर्वापणं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनं नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिः तत्रार्पितनियमितस्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवं दृश्यं ह्यजने नानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमान्येन मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरि। न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितं वा जगदीश कामहे मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवता भक्तिर्हेतुकी त्वयि विनन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधो कृपया तव पादपङ्कजं स्थितधूळे सदृशं चिन्तये नयनं गलदश्रुधारय वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचित्तं वपुः तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति। युगाहितं निमेषेन चक्षुषा प्रावृषाहितं शून्यहितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पाविरतां विनस्तु मामदर्शनम् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधतु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु सहैव न परः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु सहैव न परः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्त। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees. Today's class will be in English. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 8, text number 19 and 20. Tattvanam parisankhyanam lakshanam hetu lakshanam purusharadhana vidhi yogasyadhyayatmikasya cha. Word to word meaning. Tattvanam, of the elements that constitute the creation, parisankyanam, of the number of such elements, lakshanam, symptoms, hetu lakshanam, the symptoms of the causes, purusha, of the Lord, aradhana, of devotional service, vidhi, rules and regulations, yogasya, of cultivation of the yoga system, adhyatmikasya, spiritual methods leading to devotional service, cha also. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation, the number of such elementary principles, their causes and their development, and also the process of devotional service and the method of mystic powers. Text 20. Yogeshwaraya gati lingabhangastu yoginam vedopaveda dharmanam itihasa purana yoho. Word to word meaning: Yoga Ishvara, of the master of the mystic powers, Aishwarya, opulence, Gatihi, advancement, Linga, astral body, Bangha, detachment, Tubat, Yoginam of the mystics, Veda, transcendental knowledge, Upaveda, knowledge in pursuance of the Vedas indirectly, Dharmana of the religiosity, Itihasa, history, Purana Yoho, of the Puranas. Translation. What are the opulences of the great mystics and what is their ultimate realization? How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body, which is the basic knowledge? What is the basic knowledge of the Vedic literatures, including the branches of history and the supplementary Puranas? So this whole chapter 8 is Raja Uvacha. Raja means it indicates Parikshit Maharaj. He is making inquiries from his spiritual master, Shukamuni. Prabhupada has already written in the earlier purport, intelligent questions. Human life is meant to make inquiry. Kamasya nindriya priti labho jivet yavatha jivanasya tattva jijñās. See, human life should not be spoiled just for kamasya nindriya priti, kama, lust. Nindriya priti is sense gratification. Human life should not be spoiled like this. Jivanasya tattva jijñās. Human life is awarded to the living entity to make inquiries. In no other species, inquiry can be made. They will also inquire where is food. They are searching and they are having their language. But they can't inquire into spiritual subject matters. And as human beings, if we don't inquire, then we will remain on the animal platform. 4 questions, if they don't come in our mind, then we are animals only. Which are those 4 basic questions? Who am I? From where I have come? And where will I go? What is the goal, ultimate goal of human life? So we have to make inquiries. So Parikshit is making inquiries. And to whom we have to inquire? From a self-realized person. tattvadarshina. Only then it is possible. Just like material inquiries we make in school from teachers, college professors, different subjects are there. And there are teachers, professors who have perfect knowledge in that subject. So we make inquiry. Similarly, to make inquiry into spiritual subject matters, we have to make from those who are self-realized. See, material education starts and ends with this body. How much ever they study, finally they will come to this body. Anatomy, all this body, everything about body. Material knowledge ends here. Spiritual knowledge begins. We are not this body. Where material knowledge ends, spiritual knowledge begins. We are not this body. And further, inquiries have to be made submissively from a self-realized person. Tadvidhi pranipatina pariprashnena sevaya upadyakshanti te jnanam dhyaninasva tattvadarshina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So we have to make inquiries. Parikshit is making such inquiries. Normally for ordinary persons like us, this all won't flash also to us. Such high subject matters he is making inquiries. So the 19th verse is inquiring, kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation. I have already mentioned in the earlier classes, Bhagavatam has got 10 subject matters. The sarga, visargascha, sthanam, poshanam, utaya, manvantare, ishanukatha, nirodha, mukti, ashraya. So now inquiry is being made about creation, sarga. Sarga means creation. The number of such elementary principles, their causes, who is the cause, and the development, and also the process of devotional service. How devotional service has to be rendered. What is devotional service? Service means there are two. I can't serve just one person. I serve myself. That is not service. Service means two. One is master, another is servant. God and devotee. This is how service, devotional service. I am God. Whom do I have to serve then? So devotional service. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam. Simple, I am just reminding. Devotional service. Simple formula is Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam. With these senses, we have to serve the master of the senses. Rishika, Isha. Isha means master. Rishika means the senses. The master of the senses. That is Krishna. The senses don't belong to us. They have been given to us. And we have to engage the senses in the service of the Lord. Perfect method to control the senses. Just try to control sense. I'll not see anything. I'll not hear anything. How long you can do that? Suppress. How long? Then finally again, same problem. Vishwamitra Muni was sitting, great deep meditation. This was open, eye was closed. Menaka, she came and began to sing, dance, and all that sound entered into his ears, opened his eyes. Oh, such a beauty. Saubhari Muni was sitting in the water. Now who will come there? Menaka won't come there. Inside water. But there again he opened his eyes, he saw two fishes. Finished. Fall down. So these are all examples given how if the senses are not properly engaged, they will lead to fall down. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarja rasuvapyasya param drishtva nivartate. Simply being away from the Vishaya means sense object, is not sufficient because the taste inside is still there. Just being away from the sense object, but inside taste has not gone. So how do you get rid of this taste inside? By engaging in devotional service. Then what happens? Param drishtva. One experiences higher taste. And when he experiences higher taste, he loses taste for all these dead material things. Automatically it will go. But this higher taste, param drishtva nivartate, has to take place. Then it is possible. I'll give one classic example. Yamunachar, a great devotee of Krishna, he is saying, Yadavadi mama cheta Krishna padaravindi nava nava rasya dhamna ujjatum rantum asit tadavadi bata nari sangam smaryamani bhavati mukha vikaraha sushtu nishtivanam cha. What does this mean? Yamunacharya is saying, when I am engaged in the service of Krishna, my cheta, my consciousness, yadavadi mama cheta, Krishna padaravinde, I am remembering Krishna's lotus feet. But at the same time, Taddavadi bata nari sangama smaryamani. At the same time, if the thought comes of associating with a woman, what happens? Taddavadi bata nari sangama smaryamani. Bhavati mukha vikaraha sushtu nishtivanam cha. My lips will curl in distaste and I will spit at that thought. Just like when we see some rubbish on the street here or there, immediately our lips will turn in distaste and will spit at it. So this should happen if somebody gets thought of associating with women or men, whatever it may be. My lips will curl in distaste and I will spit at that thought. Then one has got higher taste. And if that is not happening, higher taste has not developed. So devotional service is asking, and also the process of devotional service and the method of mystic powers. Yogis, they perform severe austerities to attain mystic powers. Actually, Krishna is Yogeshwara. Yogeshwara means yoga, Ishvara, two words. Yoga, Ishvara, master of all mystic powers. The last verse of Gita, spoken by Sanjay, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So Krishna is addressed here as Yogeshwara, the master of mystic powers. So all this is the inquiry, 19th verse. And 20th verse. We just now read that. Here the word is there, Yogeshwara, Aishwara, Gatir. What are the opulence of the great mystics? And what is their ultimate realization? How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body, which is known as Linga Deha? Linga Deha, or the subtle body, which consists of mind, intelligence, ego. Now what is seen? This is gross body. Panchabhut, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Bhumi, Apo, Nado, Vayur, Kham. This body we can see. Whatever we see around, all Panchabhuta only. But this subtle body cannot be seen, which is known as subtle astral body, which is mind, intelligence, and ego. So in the verse it is Linga Bhangas tu Yogina. How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body? See, gross body, everybody is changing. So many, even our gross body has changed in this lifetime only. We were also small babies. We grew up, change, body change. It has come till here now. Gross body we are changing. But to give up the subtle body is not at all easy. The subtle body, soul has to give up. That will be real liberation. Again, the subtle body, if not given up, it will carry the soul to the next body. In the Gita evening class, we have been discussing this. In the 15th chapter, Krishna is giving the example of a person who is dying. Whatever is his consciousness, it will be carried to the next body. Example given is that of air, Vayu. It carries the Gandha, fragrance, whether it is Sugandha or Durgandha, whether it is fragrant or not fragrant, whatever the smell may be, air will carry that. Similarly, the subtle body will carry the jiva to the next body. next destination. I gave this example a couple of times. Business, there is the financial year. 31st March is the year ending. 1st April is the beginning of the new year, financial year. So, 31st March, accounts close. Then there is what is written there is closing balance. C bar B, closing balance. So that amount will become the opening balance for 1/4 New Year. Closing balance becomes opening balance. Similarly, our closing balance, when we are leaving this body, what we think, that will become opening balance. This is a perfect science. Krishna also is warning. Ears, eye, nose, tongue, touch, all these will develop based on which body one is going to get. Now suppose somebody is going to get the body of a dog, this ear won't come there. Dog's ear will come. If it's to get a dog's eye will come. Dog nose, dog tongue, teeth, all that will develop. So such a dangerous thing this is. Therefore Prabhupada is warning, if you behave like dog, you will become dog. If you behave like God, you will become godly. So we have to understand this science and be very careful so that we may not degrade ourselves. We should always think of upgrading, not degrading. Shreya Shruti, higher, 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 promotion. Another is Samshruti, going down. There is a beautiful picture in the Gita, old Gita. A man is being dragged. Lust, greed, anger, they're all pulling him down. Steps, lower steps. And then there is a person becoming detached from family, studying the Vedas, accepting spiritual master. Those are all higher steps. Step by step, step by step. Finally on the last step, Radha Krishna are standing there. Now where are we? Being still harassed. Oh. We have to become more and more serious. More hearing has to be done. Practical devotional services we have to increase. Then gradually one can overcome all these problems. What are the opulences of the great mystics and what is their ultimate realization? How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body? What is the basic knowledge of Vedic literatures? All questions, including the branches of history, itihasas, and the supplementary Puranas. Such detailed inquiry Parikshit is making, and is having only 7 days. He is making all such inquiries. See, to ask questions, one has to be intelligent. A person who has no knowledge, he cannot make any inquiry. He cannot ask questions. 2 people cannot ask questions. One is somebody who knows everything. Why he has to ask question now? And that is not possible for ordinary people. Only exalted persons they may be having no doubts. Everything may be clear. Like Shukamuni, great personalities, all Madhvacharya, Raghavendra Swami, Prabhupada, great acharyas. But ordinary people, we can't say that we know everything. What we know? We know nothing. If you understand that we know nothing, then we know something. That we know nothing. So one should be intelligent enough to make questions, ask questions. And it is possible if one is seriously reading Prabhupada books and if he is regularly attending classes, and after that also he is again thinking on that subject matter, then questions will arise. Then we have to make inquiries, get all those questions answered. Prabhupada says doubts are like demons. Doubts are like demons. So the demon should be finished, otherwise it will finish us. Should clear all those, make by inquiring from the right source. So we'll go through the purport. The Yogeshwara or the master of mystic powers can exhibit 8 kinds of wonderful perfection by becoming smaller than the atom or lighter than a feather, get anything and everything he desires, going anywhere and everywhere he likes, creating even a planet in the sky, etc. There are many Yogeshwaras having different proficiencies in these wonderful powers, and the topmost of all of them is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the greatest yogi, and he can perform such wonderful things far beyond the ordinary living beings. There are 8 kinds of siddhis, becoming smaller than the smallest. Anur Aniyan. Then there is another one, Mahato Mahiyan, becoming bigger than the biggest. I have written it here. You can also make note. 8 siddhis. It is mentioned in the 2nd canto, 2nd chapter, 2.2.22 purport. Now we are in 2.8.20. 2.2.22 purport Prabhupada is writing there. I'll read out those names and the meanings also. Anima, becoming smaller than the smallest. Anima. Then there is the Lagima, lighter than the lightest. One is Anima, another is Lagima, becoming lighter than the lightest. Cotton is very light, becoming even more lighter than that. Therefore they can walk on water also. Hanuman could fly. So these are all siddhis. Yogis can do all this. So Anima, Lagima, Prapti Siddhi. One can get anything he wants from anywhere. He need not go to Durgadbai Bazaar. From here only one can get. In one way today, the siddhi is available to everybody. Prapta Siddhi. Now on your mobile, you can order whatever you want from anything from the world. And in a few days, parcel will come to your house. To make payment, got it. So some arrangement is there like this. But in those days, without all this arrangement also, yogis could get anything they want from anywhere. Prabhupada says about one example, about some yogi, his disciple asked the yogi, can we get pomegranates from Kabul? Best variety of pomegranates are there. So what we get in the market, it is all third class compared to that. So from there, the yogi could bring immediately for his disciples. Prabhupada is quoting this in one lecture. So this is Prapti Siddhi, then Mahima, heavier than the heaviest. See, Madhvacharya, when he was in Udupi, he was challenged by some envious people to wrestle. Madhvacharya said, why you want to waste your time? I'll just keep my feet on the floor. Try to just lift my thumb. We'll see. First you do that. So he was holding his feet there on the ground. He tried to lift his thumb. Couldn't do that. You are heavier than the heaviest. Become lighter than the lightest. You can fly. So all these things yogis can do. Mahima. Ishitva. Ishitva means create and annihilate anything. Ishitva, they can create a planet. Vishwamitra created a planet. Ishitva. Vashitva. To control material elements. They can control material elements. Prakamya. Never be frustrated in any desire. Meaning any desire they have, it can be fulfilled. Prakamya. Then last one is Kama Vasayitva. Assume any shape or form. Ravana had this siddhi. He became a sadhu. Not by doing some makeup and all that. Naturally, just think, he immediately became. And another asura, Marichi, he took on the form of a beautiful deer. Golden deer with silver spots, chak, shining like anything. Began to run here and there. Mother Sita saw it. She asked Rama, please catch that. Never seen such a deer. So Asuras had all these siddhis. Now if somebody exhibits any one of these siddhis, people will start saying, no, this is God. This doesn't make anybody God. God is above all this. These are all material powers, mystic powers. And devotees are not interested in all these things. Their only interest is they want to render loving devotional service to Krishna. For what? For his satisfaction. Nothing else. In return, no, nothing else. This is pure love. So these are the 8 kind of siddhis. I just read it out. Now we'll go through. The devotees of the Lord, the Supreme Personality, do not directly practice the process of mystic powers. But by the grace of the Lord, his devotees can defeat even a great Yogeshwara like Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni was a mystic yogi. He created one demon immediately to kill Ambarish. Durvas Muni is a Brahmana, having a mystic yogi, very powerful yogi. And Ambrisha is a Kshatriya, a pure devotee of the Lord. He was not disturbed. He was completely at peace. The demon came. But what happened? The Lord's personal weapon, Sudarshan Chakra, arrived there. And it killed that demon. And then began to chase Durvas Muni. Durvas Muni began to run from here, there, everywhere, and finally he came to Brahmaloka. He began to plead to Brahma, please save me. Brahma said, I am helpless, I have no control over Sudarshan. He came to Kailas. Lord Shiva also said, not possible. Finally he came to Vaikuntha. And he fell at the Lord's feet. He said, please excuse me. The Lord said, you have offended whom you have offended. There you must go and ask, not at me. You have offended my devotee. Go there. I'll do that. First take away the Sudarshan Chakra. I'm fearing that. So there is a very interesting verse in the Bhagavatam which the Lord spoke and told Durvas Muni. Very nice verse. Aham bhakta paradino ya aswatantra eva dvijaha sadhu vir grasta hridayo bhakter bhakta jana priyaha. I am completely under the control of my devotees. Aham bhakta paradin. I am dependent on my devotees. Actually, everybody is dependent on him. And Krishna is saying, I am completely dependent on my devotees. Aham bhakta paradino. Ya aswatantri vadvija. I don't have any independence. Meaning, whatever they say, I will do. Now, what kind of devotees these are? That Krishna becomes dependent on them and he does whatever they say. What kind of devotees they are? Sadhu bir grasta hridayo. They render service without any material desires. In their heart, they have no material desires. They are rendering loving service to Krishna without any motivation. No motivation. Nishkam bhakti seva. One is sakama. Sakama with desires. Nishkama is without desires. So somebody who is serving like this, without any desires, without any material desire, without any motivation, the Lord becomes completely dependent on such devotees. Aham bhakta paradino, ya swatantri vadvija, sadhu bir grasta hridayo. Then last line, bhakter bhakta jana priya. What to speak of such devotees? Even devotees of such devotees are dear to me. Bhakter bhakta jana priya. Hanuman is such a devotee. He served Ram. Ram asked him, what do you want? Every moment let my devotion towards you increase and let me be always engaged in your service. Nothing else I want. So Hanuman is such a great devotee. And if we become devotees of Hanuman, we also become dear to the Lord. Prahlad is such a devotee. And we become devotees of Prahlad. We also become dear to the Lord. Prabhupada says in one lecture, I am Krishna's You are mine. Therefore, you are also Krishna's. Bhakter Bhakta Jana Priya. Okay? So, Ambarish Maharaj, that example I already cleared. Similarly, at the time of Draupadi's precarious position, when she was attacked by the Kurus who wanted to see her naked in the open assembly, the royal order, the Lord saved her from being stripped by supplying an unlimited length of sari to cover her. And Draupadi knew nothing of mystic powers. Therefore, the devotees are also Yogeshwaras by the unlimited power of the Lord, just as a child is powerful by the strength of the parents. Another example Prabhupada is giving here. Draupadi, she was lost in the gambling match. Yudhishthira lost his wife. And after that, Karna wanted to particularly insult her. He could not marry her. Draupadi had rejected her. He rejected him. Now he wanted to insult her. Said, "Lord, disrobe her." So in the assembly hall, the Dushasana began to do this most sinful activity. Very, very chaste lady, Pativrata Stri, Ahalya Tara, Mandodari Draupadi, Sita Mandodari Draupadi, all five, Panchakanya, Smarata, Mahapam. See, some shameless women are there. Such women, they don't have any shame at all. And if they are stripped, what is there in it? Already they are shameless. Prostitutes like that. But such chaste women, extraordinary chaste woman she is. And such a woman was trying to be disrobed. She finally surrendered to Krishna. She raised both her hands and called out. What name did she call out? Not Krishna, Govind. Immediately Krishna arrived there. And from his hand, unlimited sari was being supplied. Dushasana went on pulling, finally fell. Lost all strength. Just imagine how much sari came. People wonder what that sari, which material it is, silk or polyester, cotton, coming from the Lord's hand. That is also Sachidananda, spiritual. Lord himself took that form and protected Draupadi. So devotees don't want any mystic powers. There is any problem, the Lord will come. For Ambarisha, Sudarshan Chakra automatically came. For Draupadi, the Lord himself came. And Prabhupada is giving an example, like a small child is there. Child has no money, no power, nothing. But any problem is there, full parents are there behind. Just as a child is powerful by the strength of the parents. Child has no strength, no power, but on the strength of the parents, it becomes powerful. They do not try to protect themselves by any artificial means, but are saved by the mercy of the parents. And last para. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from the learned Brahmana Shukadeva Goswami about the ultimate destination of such great mystics, or how they attain such extraordinary powers by their own efforts or by the grace of the Lord. He inquired also about the detachment from the subtle and gross material bodies. He inquired also about the purpose of the Vedic knowledge as stated in Bhagavad Gita 15.15. What is that verse? सर्वस्य चाहम हृदि सन्निविष्टो मतः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम अपोहनम च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदांत कृत वेदविद्येव चाहम. Meaning, I will not describe the whole thing. Of all Vedas, I am to be known. So now, the 20th verse purport is completed. Tomorrow we will take up the 21st verse. Today is Wednesday. Depending on the climate, we will see afternoon if there are rains. Cloudy weather is there already. We will have to cancel today's evening program. And if there is no rain, rains are required actually. We should not pray that there should be no rain. Rain is required, very much required everywhere. So it depends on whatever arrangement the Lord makes. If it is convenient, we will have program. So I will put the message in Prabhupada Vani about today's program. So we'll stop here now. Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dhanyavad.